Hello students, today we are going to see sums on intercept form which we have learned yesterday. So see the question, reduce the following equations into intercept form and find intercepts on axes. So first question given is 3x plus 2y minus 12 is equal to 0. Fine. So first thing which you are going to do for this type of sums is you will keep x and y on one side and the constant on the other side. So we will write the given equation as 3x plus 2y and we will send this minus 12 there, so it will become plus 12. Now see, this is the equation of a line in intercept form. Yesterday we have seen. So in the RHS we need 1. So what we are going to do in this equation to make RHS 1, we will divide this 12 by 12 because 12 will get cancelled and it will give you 1 in the RHS, which is our requirement in intercept form. So we are dividing by 12 throughout this equation. So 12, 12, 12. So what you will get, this 12 and this 12 will get cancelled and will be left with 1. Now this 3 and this 3 fourths are 12 and this 2 and this 6 is a 12 by cancelling. So you are left with x by 4 plus y by 6 is equal to 1. So if you will name this equation as 2 and the general equation as 1, this is the general equation in intercept form. By comparing equation 1 and 2, you can say your XA is the x-intercept. So by comparing equation 1 and 2, you can say your A is 4. So A equal to 4, that is your x-intercept is 4, and your B, that is y-intercept, is 6. So y-intercept is 6. So this is your required answer. Now next question is 4x minus 3y is equal to 6. So in the same manner, you are supposed to keep x and y on one side and the constant on the other side, and see the constant is already on the other side, so there is no need to shift. So we have 4x minus 3y is equal to 6. Now what we can do, we can write this line as 4x plus minus 3y equal to x. We can write this statement in this manner because in the intercept form we need a plus in the middle. So to bring a plus sign, we are writing like this, and plus of minus 3 we are writing because see, plus and minus will give you minus 3 only, so there will be no difference in the meaning. Fine. Now the statement, the question has arranged according to our x and y on one side and the constant on the other side. Now our next target is to bring 1 on the right hand side. So how you can bring 1? This is 6 over here, so by dividing by 6 throughout, you can bring 1. So we are dividing this entire expression by 6. Clear? So what you can write next? So this 6 by 6 will get cancelled and it will give you 1. Fine. Now see, this 4x by 6 you can write as x by 6 by 4. You can send this 4 down by writing like the 6 by 4, because if it is in divide form, it will reciprocate and it will go to the numerator. So this expression, that is 4x by 6, can be written as x by 6 by 4, means this coefficient of 4 we are sending below 6 because it will divide and it will again go back to form 4x by 6 without changing any meaning. So we can represent in this manner. Why? Because we need the coefficient of x as 1. See, when we will compare with the general equation of intercept form, the coefficient of x has to be 1. So you are not supposed to keep the coefficient of x as 4. So you have to send this 4 below this 6 and you have to make it right like this, 6 by 4. I hope it's clear. So similarly here the coefficient of y also has to be 1. The general form, both the coefficient and the coefficient of x and y has to be 1. So you send the coefficient of y, which is -3, below this 6. So you can write as y by 6 by -3. You have to send this -3 below 6, because in divide form it will again reciprocate and it will go to -3, and in y it will become. So there is no change in the meaning. So we are writing y by 6 by -3, right? Now we have reduced into our intercept form, and if we will name this equation as equation 2, and this is the general equation of intercept form if it is 1. So by comparing 1 and 2, you can say your a, that is x intercept, is 6 by 4. You cancel, it will give you 3 by 2. So your x intercept, that is a, is 3 by 2, and your y intercept, that is b, is 6 by -3. So you cancel this 6 and 3, it will give you 2. So -2 is your y intercept. So a is equal to 3 by 2 and b is equal to -2 is your x and y intercept respectively. Answer. Now next is C. Next question. 3y plus 2 is equal to 0. So what you are supposed to do, you have to write like this. So this equation can be written as 0x. See, there is no x now. There is no x, so we can write like this: 0x plus 3y plus 2 is equal to 0. Now our target is to keep x and y on one side and the constant on the other side. So you write 0x plus 3y is equal to, you send this plus 2 there, it will become -2. Next target is to make this RHS 1. So -2 by -2 will cancel and it will give you 1. So we have to divide this entire expression by -2. From here we got the idea. So you divide entire equation through -2. So your expression will look something like this. Now this is 0x by -2. Now plus, see, again we need the coefficient of y as 1. So we have to shift this 3 below 2. So we have to write y by -2 is already there by 3. See, it will reciprocate and it will become 3y by -2. So this can be represented as this, because it has not changed the meaning. So y by -2 by 3. Why you are writing like this? Same, because we need the coefficient of y as 1. So now this is our equation 2. Name it. This is the general equation in intercept form. If you will name it equation 1. So again, by comparing 1 and 2, you can say that your a, that is x intercept, is not -2 here, remember, because in the general equation when you will compare, the coefficient of x has to be 1 and coefficient of y has to be 1, and then only you can compare with AB. But see here, the coefficient of x is 0. It means this term actually does not exist. There is no term at all. Just we have arranged in this format to make it x, y and constant, but actually coefficient of x is how much? 0. You cannot write this -2 by 0, right? The way you have written this 3 as -2 by 3, you cannot write like this -2 by 0, because this will become undefined infinity. So 0x by -2 only you have to write, and 0x, the coefficient of x is not 1, 0 means the term is not there. So a is 0, that is no x intercept. There is no x intercept in this question. Clear? And because this term is not there, so to equate only there is no term, so your a will eventually be 0. And by comparing this b, you are getting this b is equal to -2 by 3. So b is the -2 by 3 is the y intercept. So students, I hope you have understood this, how to reduce the intercept forms and compare and get the intercepts. So keep practicing, study hard. In the next video we are going to discuss with the normal form of equation. Thanks for watching. This is Jagnik sir.